jobs. In this, the fastest growing region of the Commonwealth, how would you as mayor lead the effort to attract new businesses, help keep existing businesses here, and help existing businesses expand?
What I would do is continue what I am doing. I had the opportunity to have the governor here a short time ago, and he spent about an hour with myself, the president of the Chamber of Commerce, and some other people, and he asked us what we were doing here in Brockton. And when we got through telling him what we were already doing here in Brockton, how we were using smart growth, how we were using 40R, how we were using 43D, how we were attracting companies to come here and keep them here, he asked me if he could send the Secretary of Economic Development here. And we brought him here. We took him on a tour of the city. And I can remember when we were in so-called Lost 149, and the secretary said to me, "My God, this is exactly what the governor's telling people he wants to do statewide. I got to get him down here to see this project." So we're doing a tremendous amount of things going forward. I know there's not going to be much time. I'll talk a little bit about this as we go along. But we recently, with the cooperation of the governor's office, ran an economic summit here in Brockton. And we set up 4 different areas that we were going to follow up on. And again, we'll talk about it a little more. And it had to do with the workforce, housing, transportation, and industry clusters. And I'll explain a little later how we're going to do that and what an impact it will have on the city's economic benefit. Thank you.
So I had the fortune of meeting with 5 of the top 15 employers in Brockton. One of them was Nutramax, which makes cough drops. They're FDA regulated. They're one of the largest for-profit businesses in Brockton. The president, Jim Todd, told me he had never met with a single city official. And I believe he reached out to the mayor after our meeting. But I think that's unconscionable to have a business owner with that size operation not be in conversation with the city leadership. Now, this individual has also a second company in Gloucester, another 200 employees. And he was interested in actually moving out of Brockton and taking the other company and consolidating somewhere south. And my question to him was, why not stay in Brockton and bring the other company here? And he said it never crossed his mind because there was no one from the other side, from the political side, to make the case that Brockton is the best place to build your investment.
Maybe this is a good point for candidate Harrington to comment.
Let me just connect that point, and then you can follow up with that. I also met with the president of Good Samaritan. Consistent story. The president of Good Samaritan said that he has jobs that pay $50 an hour. He would love to hire more Brocktonians. There's not enough skill in the city to fill those positions, so he hires outside of Brockton. Going back to Jim Todd, folks are knocking at his door, they want to work, they don't have the language skills, and they can't work in his company because it's FDA regulated. You have to be proficient in English. So it makes a lot of sense that the mayor does a lot more around connecting the needs of businesses and developing our workforce, which is key. So we are not doing enough. And the fact that I walked into this president's office and he said we were not doing enough and that he was interested in leaving, I walk into the president of Good Samaritan and he says we're not doing enough, they have to hire folks outside of Brockton. Whatever we're doing is not enough.
This is the action report, which is the Chamber of Commerce monthly newspaper. And I just want to show you the headline. What it says is, Brockton building boom continues. Brockton is in the midst of a building boom. Now this isn't something I wrote, this is something somebody else wrote. Adding jobs while expanding tax revenues, over $125 million in building permits have been approved in Brockton within the last 9 months. Now let's address the question about keeping businesses in Brockton. FootJoy, which is a world-renowned company, continues to make shoes here in Brockton because we worked with them when they needed some help. Baba Corporation, which is a huge corporation, built a whole new plant here because we worked with them to get that done. There's companies every day. Cindy's Kitchen stayed here in Brockton because they got the economic help that we gave them through tax incentives and helping them get loans through mass development. Those are the kinds of things that you do in a business operation. Those companies stay here. We have other companies that are coming in. A company just signed a purchase and sales agreement this week to take over the Fairfield Farms building up on Battle Street. They're going to bring 200 jobs to the city. The reason they're coming here is because a couple things. One, we reached out to them. And secondly, we have water, which they need. And we have a workforce here that they need. And and that they feel comfortable coming here. They went and talked to other companies here in the city before they made that decision. But they're going to make a $20 million investment in that building. We have the Westgate Mall. They have a movie theater, 12 theater movie complex, a $20 million investment in Westgate Mall coming to Brockton, because we work with Westgate Mall to bring that business here. So when you hear all this baloney, unfortunately, my opponent doesn't always tell the truth.
Well, here are the facts.
He makes this stuff up.
No, it's not. Here are the facts.
He makes this stuff up.
If you look at actually the number of employers in Brockton,
Both candidates, we are out of time in this sector, so.
the number of employers has decreased.
Each closing statement
wages
about
have
10
decreased.
seconds. Good. Kenny Stewart, I was talking over you. I think each of you a closing statement on this one.
Well, the facts are out there. If you look at the economic development reports produced out of the state, the number of employers in Brockton have decreased. The average wages in the city have decreased from 2006 when this mayor took office to today. That's unfortunately, unfortunately for many, it's not baloney, it's fact. What the mayor is not telling you too is that the companies that have left Brockton, he's doing the positive parts of it. What's happening is companies that have been here forever, Sorelli's, the folks who made armored vests on North Main Street have also left the city. So we are at a net loss when it comes to job creation under this administration.
We can come back to this area certainly.
But once again, he does not want to tell the truth. Really, it's unfortunate. If you want to be a leader, the first thing you learn, look at me. I mean, I see the people from the enterprise here. I'm always in trouble because I tell the truth. Because I'm so blunt about what I have to say. They're writing about me all the time because I say what the truth is.